Hey, it's Okoboji Market Update time once again. We are at CLARYS here outside of Milford and with Jake Joe Stand and of course the one and only
Rob Ian.
He is the man, I tell you. Jake, thank you so much for letting us stop by. Once again, we like to visit a lot of businesses and kind of talk about what they do, but then we also touch a little bit on real estate, and we're so thankful for that you guys let us come in your door and kind of hang out and do what we do.
Well, we appreciate the opportunity for you guys to showcase us, and obviously appreciate everything you do in the lakes area. And you know, it's that time of year, man. We're bringing the lakes back to life. That's what we do.
So one of the things that we obviously know, fantastic lifts. You guys do the docks, installation, so many boating projects, products, I should say. Massive things that you do for the marine industry. The one thing that we're kind of looking at now is you Milford Welding as well, and Durlift, like, you know, all of that, the stuff that you guys create outside of the marine business is fantastic. We're sitting at one, plus behind us is more fantastic stuff for docks and additions. So Jake, before we went on camera, he just rattled off a ton of stuff for us. So I'm just gonna sit back and let him roll.
Well, you know, Clary Lake Service is so much more than just docks and hoists, and that's, you know, our local market here knows us as for putting docks and hoists in, but we do so much more. And you know, like I said, we're bringing the area back to life right now, but you know, our team has been busy all winter long fabricating new products, putting together new websites. So I mean, there's so much more that we do. And obviously you said we're sitting at one of them right here. We're a fabrication shop, and a lot of things that people don't realize is that Milford Welding and Manufacturing is a part of Clary Lake Service, as is Durlift Marine. Durlift Marine is the brand that we give our marine products, and Milford Welding and Manufacturing is what it is. It's fabrication business that builds extremely cool things, from patio furniture to railings and shoreline stairs, both internal and external, interior, exterior, as well as privacy screens for your patio and stuff like that. So I mean, we're always doing new things and trying to come up with new products, and obviously got a couple big projects and products that we'd love to showcase and talk about here, and one of them being our new Elite Series aluminum docking, and then the other is outside, which we'll get some shots of later, but it's our new vessel guard, and that's a 360-degree mesh enclosure for your hoist, and gives your boat complete coverage when it's sitting on the lift, and it keeps the UV rays and the sun and the dirt and the critters and all that out. So it's completely wireless, works via remote, it's touchless. You know, the other neat thing is it's retrofit compatible. So we can put it on most hoists out there, not all of them, but obviously all of the Durlifts that we build. So we're pretty excited to kick that off and get some of those out there and showcase that product. Obviously we do a lot of different things here at CLARYS, and we've come up with some really neat new products over the off season. Of course, we want to showcase those, but just want to make sure everybody knows exactly who we are and what we do down here in Milford, and that we aren't just docks and hoists.
You were talking about your new deck, this extruded aluminum, and that the decking that you got on there is coming from the UK, and it's a really extremely durable product.
It's called Millboard. And it's a product that's made in the UK. The product's been around for over 40 years. It's a composite decking, and like most composite decking, it's, you know, this product is all basically based on fiberglass and limestone. And unlike a lot of the fiberglass or a lot of the composite options out there, it's just plastic. It's a molded plastic, so over time it shrinks, it contracts, it warps. This stuff's all molded from real oak boards, and some of the weathered stuff that you'll see over there is actually molded from wood boards that have been taken from 100-year-old rail cars over in the UK. So
cool.
Really neat stuff.
That's pretty awesome.
It's got a distressed look. That's pretty neat. I'll be darned.
So once you kind of hit on the fact that some of the, you know, these products don't just go on your docks, because you do so many things for the home. Like this particular setup that we're sitting at, it can go on, you know, obviously on your deck or patio, and the wind with the vicious stuff we've had recently, this ain't going nowhere.
No, it's not.
I mean, it took a little bit to kind of move it, so.
You can park your boat on this table if you wanted to. It's It's
Well-
pretty heavy, and it's going to last a lot.
Rob, I bet you could dance on this after a few
I
beverages.
could.
Oh no, 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 let's not go. Yeah, we were sitting in here a couple Saturdays ago, and the wind was howling about 40 mile an hour out there, and we said the best way to sell this is to get it outside today because it isn't going anywhere.
Nope.
Yeah.
I bet you that was a good advertisement. Holy cow.
So many things. You also mentioned we've got some other fabrication items, like for the home you've got the steel and wire railings. You've got some steps that you can do. Pretty much anything somebody can dream up, you guys can make it.
Yeah, we've got some really, really great masterminds, some really smart individuals here, engineers per se, and we're designing things like railings and shoreline stairs. We have really cool privacy screens that can either be fixed or they can slide. So if you're looking to, partition off, say your air conditioner or your generator on that house that you're putting together, or let's say you want to hide your barbecue or something like that underneath your patio or your deck. We can do some really, really cool things. We've got a plas table, we got CNC capabilities. So, I mean, we've got all the tools to make it happen, and we've got the team to do it as well.
Quite the growth in the area. Rob, you grew up here, of course. We always mention that. I've been around here, 35 plus years, and watching CLARYS start from Tom Clary now to Chad. You guys have just grown and grown and grown. Literally, Tom just started out just messing with the hoists and docks, just very basic.
Yep.
And the expansion is incredible, folks. Something you need to stop out. And once again, if you need something kind of fabricated, you guys are really somebody to kind of connect with and kind of get an idea what you can do.
Clary Lake Service, it's just not boats and hoists and docks anymore. It's so much more.
Yep.
Way more.
I mean, this is really fat. I got a new book out right here that kind of highlights tons of stuff, and that's here. That I just randomly opened that right there, and you can kind of see that, man, the stuff that's options for your home is
Inside
incredible.
now.
Yeah, I really want to point out too that most of that stuff that we're doing, it's all custom. This stuff isn't stuff that you buy at the big box stores. These are all custom projects. So, if you can dream it, we can build it, and then we install it as well. So.
Yeah, it's
even better.
just super cool. One of them things that you just keep expanding, just making more options is what you got to do. So, absolutely. So, Jake, thanks so much for sitting with us for a little bit.
bet.
We're gonna talk a little bit of real estate here, if that's all right.
Just a little bit, and then you're gonna tour us or show us some of the manufacturing.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, I can't wait. I love it.
So, Rob, let's talk a little bit about foreclosures. The media is just going nuts with that, isn't it?
Yeah, they certainly are, and I don't know. Well, it's because it's bad news, and bad news sells. sells, and I think for 2023 foreclosure rates were at 375. That's 375,000 homes. Well, that's a far cry from the millions what it usually is, even up to years past or before. The pandemic. They say how low that was. Well, there was a year they couldn't foreclose. So can we just leave that number out? Which that number was low, was 151,000. But you remember those foreclosures that happened in that year that they couldn't foreclose on because of the forbearance. That was already in the process before they put that in there. So yeah, there was a lot of foreclosures, but when you think of everybody in the United States, it's not a lot of homes, not even 1%. So when you see that on the news, foreclosures are up. Yes, they are from last year, but and they're up from 2021 as well. But you couldn't foreclose in there. Don't get alarmed. Look at the numbers first before you even get any excited. Appreciation rates are still going up. There was January in 23 to January of 24, homes still appreciated. Maybe not at a great rate, but they were still that 1% or more. There might have been a couple months in there that they didn't appreciate, but it was 0.1%, not 1%, 0.1%. So it's not that big of a deal. So let's look at the numbers first.
That's what pops in my head is quit hiding behind them phony numbers around Burgundy. Yeah. So if you know that reference, please post it on this. So if you know what it is, man, we love it. So, but that's pretty much what it is. It's what you present, but what's really facts, and that gets to be part of it. In life, that hey, facts are facts. My old biker buddy used to say it all the time. Facts are facts. So you really got to research that for sure. And of course, our area is pretty different for what's happening. We do get some calls here or there about foreclosed properties, but we just don't see them that often around here. So there's always somebody who's just going to jump on them. So.
That's the thing with foreclosures. There's people that have bought in the last 3 years. There's so much equity in their homes. Why would they let a foreclosure happen and let that equity leave? If somebody was getting to the point where they couldn't afford the home, they're going to sell it, take that money and do something with it. Why would they let that money go to a foreclosure company, a bank, or anything like that? So it's crazy. We're sitting on way too much equity for a foreclosure crisis to happen, or like the Great Recession they called it back in 8, 9, and 10. That won't happen.
There you go, from the best of the best right there, Rob Hinn. So thank you so much for joining us. Jake, thank you so much for all the input, man.
Thanks,
any final words of wisdom for us?
You know, like I said earlier, this is Okoboji. We live in Okoboji. We live in one of the most beautiful areas in the country.
Absolutely.
We're looking forward to a great summer season here, and I'm sure you guys are as well. And yeah, we're excited to kick things off here and get things rolling. So.
What is it? There's a poster in the house that I sold a couple about a year ago, and it was, if you're rich, you live in Beverly Hills. If you're famous, you live in Maui. And if you're lucky, you live in Okoboji, Iowa.
Yeah, so true.
Speaking of Okoboji, it's buyokoboji.com for all of our listings, plus the MLS listings. We'll get it out there correct. Plus, Rob, where else are you going to find all that great
You
information?
can find us on YouTube, and smash that like button and subscribe, please.
You bet. Also some TikTok, some Snapchat, a little Instagram. We do it all, man. So we thank CLARYS for letting us come in again. Milford Welding, don't forget it. Check it out for all your fabrication items, thoughts, whatever you need. So I'm Jimmy McAlens, and I'm all about you.
I'm Rob Hinn, to say something nice to someone to make them feel good. Thanks. All right.
Got a tagline, Jake?
Nope. I guess I'm gonna come up with it.